Adrian.
Y'all ever get a McDouble with some chicken nuggets?
Yeah.
How about French fries
No.
on your McDouble with your
Fries?
chicken nuggets?
That's crazy.
I see. Tunnel.
Good tunnel.
I got a name for that, Vito.
Do you?
I actually, funny enough, for the second time in my life, I actually had one of those today.
Really?
Crazy.
Yes.
Was it?
Boy, let me tell you about, for all the listeners at home, let me let you in on a little secret here. I have concocted this thing. It's so badass. What do y'all think? Y'all think it's badass?
It's badass.
It's so badass. It's so badass. It's like Master Chief. You know what Master Chief is?
Ever heard of this motherfucking
Badass.
Master Chief?
No, he's so badass. He's so badass. I would name this sandwich after him if I didn't have a name. So the next sandwich I make, I'm naming it the Master Chief. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but that's what we're going to call it because he's so badass. But, yeah. Bacon McDouble. Dry. Don't eat none of that sauce up in there. It ruins the fucking levels. Dry. Toss the pickles, too. Nobody actually likes pickles. That's a
Fuck
lie.
you.
They made
I
that
like
shit up.
Go
pickles.
fuck you.
No,
Go
I
fuck
was just
yourself.
kidding. They pickles, they are. You can put pickles on your shit if you want. I don't know if it matches the vibe of what we're gonna get to, but honestly, order it however you want. I would put mustard on it. I don't know about ketchup and mustard. That's a little much. But if you like a good old McDouble, that's what comes on it. So just fucking send her. Anyway, bacon McDouble. Then order a small fry and a 4-piece chicken nugget, right? Take 2 nuggets, put them on the bottom bun. Then put the meat back on top. Now open the top of the bun and stack as many french fries as humanly fucking possible on there. And then close it. So now you got the chicken nuggets on the bottom. Here, I'll just walk you up I'll walk you up the stairway to heaven we just built. So you got bottom bun, chicken nuggets, meat patty cheese, fucking bacon, pickles, diced onions, mustard, ketchup, whatever the fuck you want on it. Then about a butt fuck ton of french fries. And then the top bun. And you just smash that whole thing together like you're a hydraulic press because you got to be able to eat this thing somehow. And then you just eat it. And that, my friends, is your Spin Tunnel's very own McClusterfuck. Get it at McDonald's. Fine.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
If you walk up to the register and you say you want to make clusterfuck, they'll give you that.
Yeah, tell them Brandon sent you. They'll make it. They know me. I'm a
Ladies
local.
and gentlemen of the jury, Brandon disrespected me last week by not answering my question.
Shut the fuck up.
Would you,
Bro.
Brandon Warwis, eat another person on a deserted island for survival?
It was
Would
pretty
you
good
resort
this
to
week, guys.
cannibalism?
Yeah, you want to talk about
Are you
Gateway?
Talk about Gateway.
I love Gateway. I like NASCAR. I like Gateway. I don't know if
Actually
I
sucked.
liked Gateway at NASCAR or NASCAR at Gateway with the Cup cars. It was a little, in terms of passing, it's kind of hard. But the race was still entertaining for outside factors. So
It was a race at Gateway.
fire away. Who won the race, boys?
I wonder who.
That goddamn son of a bitch, Joey Logano.
What?
What?
See, Brandon, every time we have an exciting new race, like, oh man, the Cup Series.
Did I not call this back at the Clash or the prediction video when it was like,
Yep.
here? I was like, here's what's gonna happen. Brand new racetrack, badass. Denny Hamlin wins. Nobody cares. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brand new, badass, gonna be a good show. Awesome finish, tooth and nail all the way to the line. Joey Logano won. Nobody gives a fuck. This shit was lame. You know what I mean? It's like it happens
Cars,
every
dorky.
time.
Gets a
What?
Yeah.
Like, actually, what did you just say?
Yeah. What did you say?
You were like,
cut
you
out.
started talking, and then your ass was just gone. I don't know where you went.
Grass is grass, son.
What?
He's gone.
Adrian's gone,
He's gone.
dude. We just lost
Hey,
Adrian
he's
on the
off
show.
He got killed.
Can we bring in a
Sorry about
replacement?
that, guys.
Anybody out there want to
Let's
come
get a
on?
replacement in here.
Who's the backup? Who's the fifth
who's
string?
on?
Who's fifth string?
Hi.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, great.
back on
He's
IR.
back.
Welcome back, Adrian. God damn it.
Spin Tunnel
All right, so
viewers, don't buy Xfinity. Do not. This is the opposite of an endorsement. This is a redorsement. Don't buy Xfinity.
Not what that is.
I don't think that's what that's called.
Called a review, a scathing review.
It's a scathing review. Don't buy Xfinity,
All right,
or I'll come to
so
your house
according
and
to
kill you.
Spin Tunnel now, over the course of this season, we are persuading viewers to not purchase Xfinity and or Hulu.
Both. Don't get either. If you
Vito,
get
but
either,
Vito, why don't we
kill
buy
you.
Hulu, Vito? It has live sports.
Because Hulu does not have live
It
sports.
has live sports.
No, it doesn't. Hulu has never had live sports. It is sports from yesterday that they're calling live sports.
But they're live with
Because
commercials.
it says live does not mean that it's live sports. Fuck you. The fucking
Fuck you.
Peacock has live sports. Peacock has actually live sports, and it's good as fuck. You support
Ain't no one
Peacock.
in the
Buy
world.
Peacock. It's cheaper.
ain't no one in the world want to watch day-old sports. Nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
I wanna
That's
watch
what I'm
daily
saying.
sports. I'd look up the results on my phone.
I like to get all my results in the paper. I don't know who won yesterday. I haven't got my paper yet.
Yeah.
They were late.
No, wait,
They should've
2
put-
days. 2 day old sports.
Did you guys know the Astros cheated during the 2017 season?
No.
Didn't hear about that.
I just found that out. I got it in the paper.
Crazy.
Wild. That's insane.
You know who didn't cheat?
Who?
Michael McDowell.
Yeah.
Did
Led
not.
34 laps under
Dead
green
ass.
yesterday. Almost got a stage win. Round of applause. Round of applause.
34
Yeah.
and 34, baby.
He's going to lead at least 134 laps in Bristol in the fall.
When he wins,
Why would he do that?
he's going
He's
to
gonna
win. He's going to lead one lap. The entire field's going to crash ahead of him. Will win. I'm calling my shot Babe Ruth, baby. Center
The Red
field.
Man, you
Sea
called that
will
shot
part
like
from
6
Michael
months ago.
McDowell.
Yeah, I'm calling it again.
At
That's
least
how
you're
it's going to
sticking
happen.
to it.
Oh, it's going to be real.
Man, so you stepped in the box, pointed to the fucking wall, backed out of the box, redid your glove, stepped back in the box, and pointed again.
Yes, I did.
That's fucked up, man. Well, shit. Hey, fucking race yesterday. I mean, from what I saw, I liked it. I think NASCAR has potential here. The St. Louis market is definitely good. The place was pretty packed.
Yeah, they sold out.
Mhm.
They sold out crowd.
It was a good crowd, which we expected. You know, Gateway doesn't hold a ton of people. So for a Cup Series race to come here, it's sold out. That was really good to see. I know IndyCar always does really well there in terms of attendance, so it's good to see them come out for the NASCAR crowd as well, especially since it's the summer and it was a day race. IndyCar's at night. It's a little bit nicer on the heat. But I don't know. I had fun with it. Yeah, Logano won. Kyle Busch put up a great fight for it. I honestly thought Kyle Busch had him covered when we got that with like 15 to go and he went to the lead on a really good move around the outside on the restart. That was really cool. Upon doing that, we had another caution, which led to the final move of the race, really, for the win. Logano drove it in hard, got around Busch. Busch pulled an awesome crossover, though, to get him down the back straight, and then he overdrove the corner by about a country mile. And honestly, almost pulled another crossover, but then he got sideways through 4, which, you know, made sense. He was hard on the gas through the corner, which was something we saw lots of people not get away with. And, yeah, so Joey Logano ended up getting around him and getting back to his, second victory of the year for points, third win on the year.
Yeah.
Total. He
That
did
was
win the
his
Clash
second
way back when. So, yeah, good for Logano. I don't really know if I have anything else to add about the winner today. It was.
I mean, it was a very clean win for Logano. Kind of worked his way
Yeah,
through
you know,
the
it was
field.
funny because of all people to really duke it out like that, those last 15 laps, him and Kyle Busch, like, very clear known rivals. And in today's,
This
like,
fight could happen.
climate of NASCAR, with how things get for wins, especially with how Logano won the last time he won, on top of everything we saw on track yesterday, which we'll get to, you would have probably expected a lot more contact. And lo and
Yeah.
behold, very, very clean, very, very, very good race. Good, clean
You would
race.
expect
aggressive,
bumper cars yesterday.
aggressive, clean, well done. Props to those guys. Put on a great show.
Yeah, it's just a crazy to see a clean race between Joey Logano and Kyle Busch.
Yeah, and just
2
like
laps for a
that's what I'm
win.
saying though. And on top of it being like, how have people been passing each other today? And what have these people been up to all of the day? Like, why is this still going on? We'll get to all that mess. And then adding that on top of everything we saw in the last, like, hour of the Coke 600 last week? Like,
Yeah.
it's been pretty, like, there's been a lot of carnage going around these cup races the last 2 weeks. But the two guys you would have expected to have the biggest, they would just knock each other out of the way just because it's like, it's Kyle Busch and Joey Logano. They drove really clean and had a really, really good race, and it was good to see. Well
It
done.
was really nice to see that. Yeah, is that about it for Joey, I feel like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you say? We get into best friends.
Oh, the
But-
two best
of
friends that anyone could have. Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain. This was the nuttiest shit I've seen in a cup race. Like, maybe in my life. I can't think of anything else like dumb like this going down for like hours on end. Like this thing never ended. And it's still not over.
Yeah, it's still going. On Twitter.
Oh, we love the Twitter. Like I said last week,
They
Spin
love the
Tunnel,
Twitter.
we eat that shit up. Bring us all the tweets. All of the tweets. The best intelligence is all over Twitter, and we like to take it all in and laugh at it.
We have a
We
Twitter
love
account,
your
by the way.
opinions.
Yeah, hey, check
We
us
do
out
have
on
the
Twitter.
Twitter account.
Well, if we can get some traction over there, we'll start using it a lot more. We don't really use it that much, but we need some people over there. So check us out. Vito, what's our Twitter called?
That's a good question. Let me go find out. Give me 1 second.
I don't even know
I
either.
actually know.
Here at
Good
Spin
answer.
Tunnel, we value your opinions.
We
and
value
No, we
all your
don't.
opinions, and
No, we do
You're not
not.
You
supposed to
are
tell the viewers that.
valued- You
No,
are
I'm honest,
valued.
at least.
Listen,
Y'all are
we value
valued-
their
we
opinions
value-
even if we disagree, because then we can laugh at them.
It is
Even
true.
If their opinions don't supply anything worth a while, then we still get some sort of value by just laughing at them. It's okay.
The Twitter handle
Win-win.
is woodyhead_prod. You'll know it's us because the only thing on our Twitter account is an Earl Hebner retweet.
thanks, Earl.
Earl Hebner.
Yeah.
End of the show.
Why does our description still say soon? We've been doing this for like months now.
That's a very good question. I don't know.
I mean, is it soon? We just plugged it on the show, so it's soon. That counts.
Yeah, we just started this.
We'll
We
use
totally
Twitter.
haven't had this thing for months. We just started it, guys. Give us a follow. Woodyhead_prod on Twitter. We'd love to hear all of your.
First person to
Fun
DM the
little
account gets the
factoids.
password. Ooh.
Ooh, that is not a stipulation
Ooh.
that we signed off on.
Salted. I don't know.
What were we talking about? We were talking about something.
We were talking
Oh, we're
about
talking about how they
best
boil over on
friends.
Twitter. Okay, now to fill anybody in that missed it, here I go. So Ross Chastain is running behind Denny Hamlin, and it's been pretty hard to pass. Okay, like it's really hard to get around a guy at Gateway. We found. So Ross is like, all right, enough of this. He just goes and moves the 11 out of the way. Now, in moving the 11 out of the way, instead of just, giving him a little love tap up the track, he got into him pretty hard in the middle of 1 and 2, and, like, Hamlin got sideways and had to catch it, and in catching it, like, knocked the wall down. So his car still drives, but it's all been out of shape. And Hamlin, they fixed the car enough to where he can meet minimum speed. And he gets back out on the racetrack. And he has no other intentions of being out there. He's 11 laps down. No other intentions of being out there but besides ruining the one car's day for the next 2.5 hours straight. And he never quit. He never quit all day. Like, the one car catches him, he kind of, like, lets him in really hard and then just runs into him. Or he just boxes him out up by the wall. Or then, like, my favorite one was on that restart whenever he got in front of the one car and just stopped. Like middle of the straightaway. He just gets on the brakes and stops in front of him, like to like a 40-mile-an-hour crawl, it looked like. And the one car is like trying to get around him, and he's just bobbing and weaving like a damn slalom skier, just blocking the one car and not letting him by, going like 70 miles an hour.
We also had the tag team.
So then they kind of separate for a minute, and then we have a restart. The one car crams his nose up the middle off of 4 on a restart between like the 31 or something and the 9 on the outside, who gets tagged by the one who crammed his nose probably somewhere it shouldn't have been, being a little aggressive. The 9 car goes around off 4. Now, the 9 car's pissed at the 1. So then on the next restart, the 9 car lines up behind the 1 car, drives into turn 1, and just shoves the 1 car up the track, about wrecks him. So the 1 car goes flying up the road off the bumper of the 9, who's pissed at him. He about bounces off the wall, comes down the track to get back in line, kind of off too, and just so happens to be right next to the last place car, which is the 11, who is like, oh, hey, it's you again, who just chops him up into the wall. Like, the 9 car wrecks the 1 up the track in turn 1, and as he's rejoining in turn 2 at the back of the line, here comes this broken-ass 11 car who sees him and goes out of his way, turns right, goes up the track, and just body checks him into the wall.
My favorite part about that, Brandon, is Ross Chastain was involved last instance, which means he was technically on the damage clock.
Yeah, he's on the damage clock right now, and Denny Hamlin is
Hamlin was just holding him up, trying to get him black flagged on minimum speed.
And it almost worked.
It almost worked.
No, like, go back if you haven't. Please go, like,
I
I encourage everyone to, once you watch this, go out of your way to go find the highlights of this moment happening. Because for about 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, like, it goes on forever. There's like 5 laps of the 11 car. They put them on a separate split screen. The field put like 3/4 of a lap on them in about 4 laps because the 11 is just swerving and braking in front of the 1 car all the way around the racetrack. They're literally like 3/4 of a lap behind by the time he finally gets around him and just lets him go or something. It was hysterical. Like, it's so dumb that it's just funny at that point. Like, it's like, this is really happening right now. We're watching this. All the while, Michael McDowell's in the lead on speed. Like, this was just magical moment in stage 2.
So it was so fantastic. That was so much fun.
Anyway, yeah, the race ended. Ross Chastain's like, I owe half the field an apology. Like, he felt bad about it. You know, he felt bad about everything he caused during the day, and you know, didn't really want anybody mad at him. I think Hamlin made his point.
Yeah.
With the amount of shit he did all day. With that being said, then Hamlin's interview out of the race is like, no, this isn't done. He's like, I'm going to get him back, and he doesn't know when, and it's going to be hard, or something like that.
Yeah.
He defends these guys hard. He's getting. I think that's what he said. I think that's what he said.
I don't know. Hamlin is like evil Max.
Yeah.
That ass, bro. This shit's awesome.
And then Justin Marks, team owner of the 1 car, is like, I can't wait. And then he's like, you're not helping. I don't know. If you ever see the 1 car hard in the wall somewhere down the line, and it's probably the 11 car.
It's gonna be a playoff fucking Bristol.
Yeah, like first cutoff race, Chastain on the cut line. Here comes Hamlin, lap 250, just right rears him.
Yeah. Welcome to the Cup Series for us.
I don't know. I mean, he's been a real polarizing character because, like, on the extreme side of good, Ross Chastain has put together an amazing season right now, especially for, like, you know, only having a couple years in Cup and also having, like, this is the second year for that team. Granted, it's a lot of Chip Ganassi going in there, but it's still, like, it's
They're
Trackhouse.
better than Chip Ganassi, though.
It's Trackhouse, and they're a new team, and they got Ross, who's, like, a newer driver in the Cup Series. You know, like, he's been around a long time, but he's only really been running full-time Cup for, like, what, 2 years, 3 years?
He only had one. The 42.
Yeah. So, you know, he's definitely proven to be pretty damn good. this year. And then
Yeah.
on the flip side, this is a thing that's been around for a long time, dating all the way back to like when him and Harvick got into it in like 2017. It was like, this guy is really, really, really aggressive, and he causes a lot of issues.
Dude wrecked his teammate for a win at Daytona
Yeah.
in the Xfinity Series. Like, Ross Chastain, very aggressive driver.
Yeah, like he's a very aggressive driver, and that bites other people in the ass more often than not, and he kind of gets away with it. So Hamlin, he's like, nah, that ain't gonna slide no more. We're gonna do something about this. So we'll see wherever that goes.
Ooh.
I love how Chastain in his interview was like, God, I suck. And then Hamlin's just like, yeah, I'm glad you feel that way, but like, I don't care.
Whether or not you're sorry about it, I'm still here with a junk race car, and you're not.
Yeah, but he's still
Denny
like top
Hamlin's-
10.
I think he got a top 10 out of it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
I think Denny Hamlin finished like 20
Oh yeah, he
laps
did. He
down or
finished
something.
8th. Ross Chastain still finished 8th.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like Chastain, the 9 car finished 21st. He never recovered. The 11 car, he finished 34th. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a bad look.
Yeah.
On the flip side, though, we'll talk about something positive on a really good look. Chris Buescher out this week. I think he had COVID.
Yeah, he had COVID.
Buescher's out with COVID, so they need a driver. Problem is, the Xfinity Series is halfway across the country, so we're going to need a truck guy. Here comes rookie truck sensation. Or I guess Cup rookie. I don't know if he's a
Not
truck
really
rookie.
rookie. I mean, he's been
No,
in
I'm
the
saying
before
like Cup
twice.
rookie, first Cup start ever, truck sensation right now, Zane Smith. He hops in the 17 car and runs 17th. Pretty damn
That's
good.
awesome. Well, that's great. Those guys.
I think he was in the top 15 at one point as well.
He was running like top 15.
Yeah,
First Cup start ever, considering the big jump between the Truck Series competition and the Cup Series competition, and considering how hard this car is to drive, he did a damn good job running that one.
It reminds me of that time that the first Daytona Road Course race in like 2020, Kaz Grala jumped in the 3 car for Austin Dillon, who got like COVID like that day.
Yeah.
And they were like, Kaz, can you fit? Okay, you drive it. And he like rode around in 30th for most of the day. And then he was like, oh, okay, I got this now. I'm comfortable. And he finished 6th. That was pretty cool. Kind of reminded me of that. It was good to see him run well, though. 17th, that's damn good. Especially, he started 32nd, came through the field, drove a clean race, did a good job.
Yeah.
Other notables, I guess you could bring up were, Kurt Busch, another top 5. Eric Almirola finished in the top 5. Good for him. Needed the points. That puts him back into the playoffs. Eric Jones finally didn't have a top 10 stolen from him. He finished 7th, which is good for him. Needed the points. Allmendinger, after winning at Portland, which we'll talk about a little bit on the show because it was so chaotic. Allmendinger flew across the country, and he finished 10th in the part-time colored car, which is really good. Good for
But
him.
also, Allmendinger's never even been to this track before. His first lap he ever turned at Gateway was lap 1 yesterday. And he top 10.
Yeah, pretty damn
awesome.
impressive. Pretty damn good weekend for AJ Allmendinger, I'd say.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, coming off a win from the inaugural Portland Xfinity Series race, which we'll get to in a minute. I do want to talk about that on the show. We don't really talk about those in detail, but that one's worth talking about.
Oh, man, that one deserves something.
Yeah, so anyway, I don't know. Nothing really big to talk about other than that. Notable Cup Series storylines going forward. We're going to Sonoma next weekend. Nobody got a prediction right this week. I was closest yet again with a Kyle Busch pick. He ended up finishing 2nd. Nobody picked Logano. Next week, we're going to Sonoma. Yeah, like I just said. We're going to have, let's see.
Me and you have Chase. Chris has Kyle
Chase.
Larson. Vito has Austin Cindric.
So that'll be fun. It'll be nice to return to Sonoma, especially with the next-gen car. It'll be cool to see.
Back on
And
the
with the
regular
shoot.
And we're back
too.
on the shoot, the good version
Yeah.
Last Fox race.
for NASCAR, I must add. Is it really the last Fox race?
This is the
Yeah,
last
we should-
Fox race. We got Tony Stewart in the booth, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, there's Tony Stewart? That's cool.
Yeah, we got Tony Stewart.
As much as I like the Fox booth, I'm really glad we're getting off Fox.
That's what
Hey,
I like.
now we got Junebug.
Mainly
Yeah.
because it's so much easier for me to watch NASCAR, not on Fox.
Yeah, it is.
What's the first NBC race? Nashville.
Nashville.
That'll be fun.
I might go to that race. I don't know yet. I'll know eventually.
Yeah, let's
Vito
see.
will be our
It'll be on
on-track
NBC
reporter.
and then USA, and then back to NBC for the road course race at Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's all on USA until Daytona. And then the entire playoffs is on USA until Talladega. And then from that point on, Talladega,
Wow.
Charlotte, Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville, Phoenix. So the last half of the
Bristol's
playoffs.
not on NBC? That's weird.
Yeah, it's not.
I would think Bristol would be on NBC. Damn, okay.
Yeah, at least for the cutoff race.
Yeah, like, also, it's the Bristol night race. Like, come on.
It's the biggest race of the year that Michael McDowell is going to win.
And punch his ticket to the round
As
of
opposed
12.
to the smallest race of the year that Michael McDowell was going
Oh
to
no,
win.
he's not in the playoffs. He's just gonna win.
Imagine if he wins the summer Daytona race to get into the playoffs and then advances to the fucking round of 12 with
It
Bristol.
would be cool.
Final four run.
It would be badass.
Well, you want to
They'll
talk?
go
Championship.
all the way.
You want to talk about playoffs real quick? You know who's outside the cut line right now?
Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick is the first guy out the cut line.
Who's not even in fucking standings right now? Truex.
What? No, Martin Truex is like P5 in the
not?
points. He's 5th in the points.
I could have sworn I was looking at a graph yesterday.
No, Martin
Like,
Truex
yeah,
is 5th in
Truex.
the points. He's the first
He's
guy
really
in
high
out
in the
of-
points, but he didn't have a win.
Yeah. He didn't have a win, so right now in the playoff standings, he would be 10th, but he's still in. Like, Martin Truex is still in the playoffs. Honestly, I think he's going to win sometime this year. He's been too damn not to.
Maybe this weekend. Maybe, probably.
Yeah, this is
I think that's a
really
good.
good shot for Truex. Sonoma, he's always good.
Must have misread that graph or something then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and we also have another double winner, so that's
Yeah, that's 4.
We might not fill up the grid. I don't know.
No, we could. We don't know yet. We'll see. We don't know. But Martin Truex's story we could talk about, right? He's considering retirement after
Yeah,
this
he
year.
is. I saw that. And he's very indecisive and very unclear.
Yeah. He said he has no idea what he's going to do yet, but like the fact that he's even said he's considering it is kind of surprising. I didn't know that. I didn't think that was going to happen yet.
I think he has
Let's
one more
say-
year after this still on his JGR contract, does he not?
I think so.
So
I'm
maybe
happy
maybe
that
that'll
they're
be
going down
maybe
his
that'll be it. I can see that. I mean, Truex is like, I don't really know. And then maybe, he'll take next year as his last year. He'll do the whole like, this is my last year thing, and then that'll line up perfectly with Ty Gibbs' move to the Cup Series, which looks to be that's been in the pipeline. So
after
My question is, do you put Ty Gibbs in the 20 and move Bell to the 19, or do you put Ty Gibbs in the
I don't know.
it
19?
doesn't make a difference.
doesn't make a difference.
It's like the 20 is like the 18 is the JGR curve, but the 20 is like the second.
20 is
one,
the
I would
other JGR number.
say. Yeah.
Those are 2 championship numbers, 20 and the 18.
Wouldn't
But,
that be
I
something
don't
if
know,
Truex
man.
goes out with a title?
I'd like to see Truex go one more season after this. I want to see him do one more.
Yeah, I think that's what I think is going to happen. He's going to have one more season.
Because I don't know who they pull up if Truex wasn't going to run next.
They couldn't call up anyone. They'd have to just go find someone to drive the 19 for a year, which seems like a royal pain in the ass. Unless they move Gibbs up early, which also
Which
seems
I
like a
don't think
royal
is
pain.
gonna happen.
I wouldn't
Is-
do that.
Because
Yeah.
even Joe Gibbs said, I don't want to
That's
rush
so
him. He's going to extend.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see Truex go out with a good seat because, like, I mean, he's a definite Hall of Famer, Martin Truex, but
Mhm.
fucking, you really break it down, he's had a very unremarkable career.
Until
Up
he got...
until, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It
Bro.
took him so long to finally get put in a good enough car to be like a contender, and then it was like, oh my god, look, he's a beast.
He just kind of got unlucky that every single team he went to decided to fall apart.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like think about it. He started at DEI, then he went to Michael Waltrip,
Yeah.
and then he was at Furniture Row, and it was like Furniture Row, and then it was like, wait, why are they like about to win? And it was like, wait, why did they just win a race? And then it was like, wait, how'd they make the Final Four? And then they were like, wait, they just got a Toyota contract, and then they just went to the moon.
And they won a fucking championship.
Yeah, and it was like, damn.
They almost won another one.
Yeah, well, then Joe Gibbs stepped in and they kind of shut that engine thing down.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, y'all are kicking our ass with our equipment, so we're gonna make it more expensive for you guys this time around to rent our engines and
All
equipment.
right,
then
fuck
all the
you.
Furniture Row guys just went over to Gibbs.
Yeah,
Like the Furniture Row guys just kind of became the 19 team.
yeah. Because they, Furniture Row was like, all right, well, we're just gonna close up then.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, we need a driver for the 19 because we're gonna bump Suarez, and it's like, hey, Martin Truex, and you want to come drive for us? And he's like, yeah, if I can bring my entire 78 crew. And they were like, done. I mean, they brought him, they brought Cole Pern, they brought the whole squad.
Yeah. Current crew chief was off that team.
And
James
then
Small.
almost won another championship last year.
Yeah, I mean, they were right there. If it wasn't for that last David Starr caution or whatever.
Yeah. I think it was David Starr.
Can you imagine it? Yeah, it was. He had like shit fall apart and got debris everywhere.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if Larson didn't win that title? The same year after Harvick didn't win that title?
Yeah. Man, that was shit.
If only Chase Elliott, if anybody but Chase Elliott would have won 2020, people would have been more vocal about the fact that the playoffs fucking suck.
Yeah.
But
like
role reverse 2020. Chase Elliott wins 10 races, loses the title in the finale to Kevin Harvick. Or doesn't even make the Final Four like Kevin Harvick.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that
Consider the following. Anyway, we're not going to get into all that. That was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
I don't know. Anything else to talk about on this Gateway? Nothing? I got nothing.
I don't think
I got nothing.
I got anything Cup? I'm kind of burnt out on Cup knowledge, too, for the week.
Yeah.
There ain't a whole lot going on. It's that middle of the summertime where we just kind of like chill.
Mm-hmm.
This would usually be right about the time we start getting excited for the Daytona race, but that's not here anymore.
That is the finale, which honestly
is a long way away.
Now we go to Road America for 4th of July weekend.
Cool. Enjoy it.
It's going to be packed like it was last year. I think last year was like the most attended Cup Series race in like the last good few years. Like I think there was like 140,000 people there or something.
Well, it's also a bigger track, so
yeah,
numbers.
It's also in like the middle of Wisconsin, though.
Mm-hmm. It's the 4th of July NASCAR race at a big road course. You see a shit ton of people.
Yeah, I agree.
I just love the way that they have it set up there, where you can just be anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
look at how Watkins Glen does every year still.
Yeah,
they sell out.
Hey, go do what you want. Hang out.
You want to go to the kink? Go to the kink. You want to be fucking turn one? Go turn one. Up to you.
One guy in 07 did with that.
No.
You remember that?
Talladega has free camping.
Talladega has free camping outside the track, and it opens on Monday before the race, which is on Sunday.
Brian, you remember that guy that jumped the barricade and asked for Matt Kenseth's autograph?
At Watkins Glen?
Yeah.
What a guy. I wonder what he's up to these days.
Yeah,
what if that was the same guy that climbed the fence at Richmond?
That would be awesome.
Here, I got one for you, Chris. Were you watching NASCAR when the cable fell on the track almost and fell on the crowd at Charlotte?
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
There was one time Kyle Busch ran over the cable.
Yeah, and it flew into the crowd.
Yeah,
that was the race.
I thought that was Vegas. Was it?
Oh, I don't know. The camera cable, though, man, that's why. And it was gone up until Fox just now brought it back, like in the last year or two. They brought it back during COVID, I think, because there was no people.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, but we built it better now, for the NFL, So they were like, it's good. We can use the cable cam. Yeah, and that thing is sweet on the back straight, like a Daytona.
It looks awesome. It looks really cool.
It's a pretty sweet camera. Anyway, Portland. You want to talk about Portland real quick?
Yeah.
It was more fun than Gateway, in my opinion.
AJ Allmendinger made 7 mistakes and still won.
Ty Gibbs had the field on lock, and then he got passed one time, and he lost his marbles and ruined his race because of it.
Mm-hmm.
He got bumped up the track a little bit by the 9 car, and it was oh no, he got hit a little bit, but that's okay. We're racing in the rain, it happens. You can go get him back. You're 10 seconds a lap faster than everybody out here. And he was nope, I have to crash him now because he hit me. And then they both went off the track and wrecked, and it was just a big mess.
No, he knocked the 9.
Well, he wrecked the 9, and then he wrecked himself racing Snyder or whatever.
No, he got passed by the 2 with Sheldon Creed.
Oh, that's who it was.
Yeah,
And then he hung up on his door and wrecked the both of them.
Yeah. I don't know. He threw his race away like a freaking idiot, and it was funny.
Yeah. Then
I thought Wyatt Snyder was going to win for a second.
Under caution. That was
I thought J.J. Haley was going to win.
I legitimately thought J.J. Haley was going to win, considering the track was relatively, if not almost all the way dry on the dry line, and there wasn't any more rain coming down on the racetrack itself, and he was the only car on track on dry tires. And then he proceeded to do absolutely nothing with it.
Yeah.
And it was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, no, when Wyatt Snyder had the lead with, I think, 5 to go, I thought, damn, Wyatt Snyder's going to win in the 31. I don't know. Has anybody even...
going to win just because AJ Allmendinger was in second, and he is AJ Allmendinger.
When's the last time the 31 car even won in Xfinity?
Never.
That car's not won. I just remember it flipping at Daytona in February. That car's not won.
Yeah. Wasn't Kyle Larson in the... No, Kyle Larson was in the 30. Never mind. When he flipped at Daytona.
Yeah, but that's also not the Jordan Anderson racing car.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
No, it was the 32.
But
right.
Portland was very fun.
I like the track. It's a cool track. I love Portland, and it was cool to see NASCAR race there.
Big crowd for a rain day.
Yeah, big crowd, especially for rain. Like, it was rain, shit weather, and there was tons of people there still. But yeah,
especially hipster ass Oregon. I'm kind of surprised they had a good turnout for NASCAR.
And the rain brought an interesting element to the race, especially considering the track never really dried. Usually when we see NASCAR race in the rain, the track gets to dry conditions eventually. But this wasn't a downpour that warranted a stopping of the race, but it wasn't it was just a nice calm rain that just kind of went on all day and kept the track just wet enough to want to run on wets instead of dries. And it was a good race. It was fun. Jesse Iwuji bowling ball was interesting. That was weird. I don't know what that was all about.
At first.
The biggest issue out of everything, though, was the amount of cautions. Because, oh my god,
yeah,
those guys could go. They would go into the chicane every time, and without fail, would all overdrive what they had and just crash. And then somebody's car would get tore up to where it was no longer mobile, and they'd have to go rescue him off the middle of the track, which brought out a caution. And then about 12 caution laps later, it felt like. It was really 3 laps, but it feels like an eternity on a road course. And it was just these 15-minute cautions NASCAR loves to have. So then, it was just caution, green, caution, green, caution, green, 2 corners, caution, green, 5 corners, pile up. NASCAR's leaving it green because they do not want to throw another yellow. And they have to. Caution's back out. It was oh my god. It made the race last 3 hours, which is unacceptable for an Xfinity race.
Yeah.
We've talked about how long the cautions last on the Martinsville episode, but I have a first-hand experience. I was out and about on Sunday for a little bit of the Gateway race, and it was a 20-minute drive back to my house, and there was one caution, there was a caution right as I was leaving, and I got back home about 20 minutes later, and they were just going green again. Just kind of takes forever.
Long cautions. Ooh. Yeah, caution should be 3 laps total.
It depends on
the situation.
If they can
depends on the track and but you know what I mean.
I think they should just stay green.
I think I read somewhere part of the issues was the cars that dropped lots of fluids. It was hard to identify and or try to clean up because the track was wet.
Yeah,
I saw the audio bite from the track crews radioing that in hey guys, we're trying to clean this up, but it's really being a pain trying to get all kinds of fluids out of the racing surface when it's I don't know, it's not really wiping up and we can't really dry it because it's just gonna keep it's staying wet because it's being rained on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, they were having an issue with that. I read. And from the radio scan. But I don't know. They still put on a great show. I'd love to see Portland return. Maybe even one day get a cup race there. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, maybe.
But other than that, yeah, it was fun to see a NASCAR rain race. A full rain race that wasn't a downpour cluster, but it was also still a shit show.
Just a solid rain race.
I think 38 cars were on track and 30 were involved in accidents.
Something like that. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty remarkable. But, yeah, I don't know. That's all I got for Portland, really. The truck race was another truck race at Gateway. which we've seen time and time again. Big notable thing that
Horheim
happened.
won again.
Korheim won, but Carson Hocevar was involved in an accident.
Yeah.
I believe the last lap.
Yep.
He was last.
And he was pretty tore up, pretty banged up. They sent him to the hospital for further evaluation, and then I believe he had surgery. I think he had surgery today, but he's awake, he's aware, he's good. So we'll just keep watching that and hope for a quick recovery for Carson Hocevar, because he was having a great swing of races the last couple weeks, and then especially for being a younger guy, just getting the experience under his belt, driving for Nice, not exactly the best trucks out there, but pretty solid. And he was putting together really good runs the last couple weeks. Almost won like 2 weeks in a row. And then he unfortunately was involved in that pretty heavy hit and got hurt. So we wish him a quick recovery.
Shout out to the local fucking hero.
Oh yeah, man, we got to bring this up. Okay, so me and Vito were watching the Portland race before Chris joined us later on, and he was involved in an accident, and this is how we found out about who he was. But we were like, who's that Dilly guy? So we looked him up. Darren Dilly, making his first Xfinity Series start. He was about 50-something years old or something. I don't remember. But he's been racing for 32 years. Local hero, by the way, from around the Portland area. He's from Oregon. He's like the local SCCA hero. So, he's just the local club racing god of the car scene there. And everybody knows him. He drives for his own little team that's called Cheap Fast Racing. And he has a pair of, Mazda rotaries. So, he primarily races an RX-7. And he runs SCCA all around, his area. Runs, the Super Tour, whatever it's called. Runs the local stuff. And then he goes and runs the runoffs every year. He's a big SCCA guy, local legend. Yeah. And all the writing was in the paper about this guy because he's making it. He landed a seat in the 38 car in the Xfinity race, and is out there. But being an SCCA racer, that's not a pro thing. That's not your profession. Yeah. So Darren Dilly is out here making his first Xfinity Series start as the local SCCA pro that everybody loves. And for his full-time job, he is an elementary school PE teacher. And he was out there getting it done, running about mid-pack all day until he was involved in an accident that wasn't his fault and had to park it early. But, man, it was fun to see him out there once we learned that because we were like, look at him go, man, the local hero. He was really fun to pull for.
It was fucking crazy. Just a little fact about the man. In 2006, a plane crashed into his home.
Yeah, so in 2006 at the Portland Air Show, a plane got off course and crashed. Fatal accident, by the way. This guy crashes a plane into his house and just destroys his house and explodes his plane and just dies. But it was this crazy moment. So yeah, anyway, Darren Dilly he's the local pro, has now made an Xfinity Series start at his local home track and has also had his house decimated by a falling airplane in 2006. So shout out to your favorite elementary school PE teacher / race car driver, Darren Dilly. We hope to see you back if we ever come to Portland again. We'll be pulling for you. Spin Tunnel supports your effort. Go Cheap Fast Racing. Go get it done.
Hell yeah.
I didn't realize he was running for the Siegs, too. That's not even bad equipment either.
Car is good.
They've been good this year, too. Running a lot better than they did last year.
Yeah, Ryan Sieg's in the playoff right now.
Yeah, they've been struggling. They ran so good in 2019 or 2020 or whatever. I was surprised that whenever they went to the Ford backed program from Ford Performance themselves, they ended up running worse. I don't know what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
You would expect them to improve. Going from just doing it themselves, kind of with hand-me-down stuff, to getting factory-supported equipment. I don't know. Maybe it's something about the body switching from the Chevy to the Ford. I don't know. Something about the engine platform not running right. I don't know.
At least specifically the 39's been really solid this year. The other cars have they've had good runs. I think that
but what I'm saying is that 39 car was running so good, almost won a race in 2020 or whatever. I remember watching him at Vegas or whatever it was at the beginning of the year that year.
He almost won a race this year
before the pandemic.
At Atlanta.
But then he's kind of back now. But Atlanta's kind of an asterisk. It's like watching a play race. So.
Yeah.
Ty Gibbs had the chance to push him for a win and make up for Vegas and did not. Kind of went past them, but what can you do?
I mean, you're passing No
Yeah,
big deal.
best and clean. It was all good.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Well, I hope they run better. They're getting better. It's just taking them a minute.
Yeah, they are getting better. I hope the best for those guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Long time Xfinity guy now. Good to see those kind of guys still around.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I don't know. That's all I got for Xfinity. You got anything else?
This is about it.
Well,
No,
I
not
think
really.
that's about it for this week then.
Yeah.
Pretty slow show, but it was fun to just kind of sit back and relax after the marathon we went on last week.
Yeah.
Nothing really else to add. Trucks, Xfinity's off for 2 weeks starting now, but Trucks and Cup will both be racing at Sonoma. First time Trucks have been to Sonoma in a long while. So that'll be fun to watch. Check that out. I believe that race is going to be on Saturday, followed by
for
Cup
30
Series
years, right?
on Sunday. So going to be a good show. Going to be a fun weekend. Yeah. We'll come back and check in with you next week. So without anything else anybody else wants to add, going once, going twice.
Eating bees.
All right.
is
Thanks
good.
for sharing, Adrian. We'll we're Spin Tunnel. You're not, and we'll come back and see you next week.